Hey y'all, welcome to Rating in My Dystonia. My name is Melinda, and this is part of my Dystonia management team. He's being a little bit of a butthead, but anyway, I thought today I would talk a little bit about my broken femur. It's something I've mentioned a lot because it's a huge thing to go through. If you guys have ever broken your femur, then you understand. Anyway, I thought it was from a trip and fall. I tripped in my driveway. I was walking him, and I fell, and my leg immediately hurt, and I looked down, and it was swollen, unbelievably huge. And I said, oh shit, that's not good. And when the fire trucks and emergency responders came, it seemed like I had to tell that story. I had to tell that story a lot for like the next 7 or 8 days, whatever it was that I was in the hospital. Because the femur is a very large bone to break. He's being a butthead. So anyway, typically I guess you don't break them unless you have, bone density issues or weak bone, brittle bones and stuff, which I didn't have. So after I started outpatient PT, my main physical therapist was Ryder, and as we developed a friendship and talked and stuff, at first she wondered if it might be from the was a result of the dystonia, because it was my right femur and it's my right foot that has the toe spasms. So he thought maybe she thought maybe that was it, but it wasn't. We found out later it wasn't. As we talked more, as I went through PT and we talked more, I told her about a time I had fallen off of him, this horse, about 4.5 months prior to the trip and fall. And then I remembered how my hip hurt like hell for a few weeks. I was going on vacation like 2 days later after this fall. So I never went to the doctor. I just figured, oh, it's another injury. I'll deal with it later or whatever, I won't ever do that again. And so after talking about that more, and I told her, I said, I had to take ibuprofen pretty regularly, like pretty much every 4 hours, or, to stay on top of that pain from that fall and that pain that was in my hip. For a few weeks. In fact, I should have gone to the doctor when I got home, but I just figured I didn't figure it was any major big deal. Come on. So, she and I figure that I must have had a hairline fracture from that fall. I'm not sure what the doctors would have been able to do anyway had I gone to the doctor right after. So we figure I must have gotten a hairline fracture from that fall that never quite healed. And that was what snapped when my femur broke. So it was horse related, but it wasn't horse related. And the fall was actually operator error. It was not his fault. when the emergency responders and fire guys showed up, you know, I told them about my dystonia. They asked about health conditions or whatever. I said, you know, I had dystonia, and they asked all the questions, and and that started my a lot of my experience to educating about dystonia. I'd never really had people ask many questions, or ask questions about the dystonia. And after I broke my femur and ended up in the hospital and in the rehab hospital, I'm trying to think if anybody knew what it was. I don't recall that anybody had known what it was. So I did lots of educating and teaching and stuff about it. So it was kind of cool. I said before that my left shoulder kind of hikes up sometimes. So any tests and anything requiring a needle or anything that would make me a little nervous couldn't be done around that. The dystonia, there were some scary times through that first couple of days that I will get into in my next video. So my advice to everybody is to not break a femur, because let me tell you, it is hell. It was hell. It was my own kind of hell. But anyway, I will talk again about that in another video. Thank y'all for watching. I just wanted you guys to know that, you know, oh my God, she broke her femur. Dystonia. Ah! Horses, yes. Dystonia, no. Thank you.